Hi guys, thanks for visiting my channel today. We're a few weeks into fall and the cooler temperatures are a perfect time for making soup. So I thought today I'd bring you along and show you how to make a quick and easy broccoli cheese soup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you in close so that you can see what I'm doing and what's going on in my pan. Okay, we are going to start by adding 4 cups of chicken stock to our pan. Now I make my own chicken stock, but it's totally fine to use chicken stock or chicken broth from the grocery store. But chicken stock is a wonderful way to add flavor to your soups instead of using water. Then the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to add 2 1-pound packages of broccoli to my chicken stock. Now you could add just 1 package of broccoli, but it cooks down. We're going to cook it down quite a bit and get it really soft and falling apart. So I always add 2 to make sure I have plenty of broccoli. But like I said, if you prefer, you can just have 1. And then what I'm going to do is add just a little bit of water, maybe a cup or so, to have a little more liquid for my broccoli. Looks like I added about a cup and a half of water. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the lid on my pot and let that simmer until the broccoli gets nice and tender. And I'll bring you back when we're ready for the next step. Okay guys, we got a good simmer going on here, and I just wanted to bring you back and show you what I'm looking for. I do keep the lid on it, and I do check it every now and then, poke it with your spoon and see how soft your broccoli is. And once it starts falling apart really good, we're ready to go on to the next step. So I'm going to let it simmer here for about another 20 minutes or so, and then I'll bring you back. Hi guys, welcome back. My soup has been simmering for a good 20-25 minutes or so. The whole thing to get it up to a simmer and then let it simmer enough for it to break down takes about an hour. But your broccoli should be tender enough that you should be able to break it up with the back of your spoon. I like a little bit of texture to my soup, so I don't like mine completely broken up. If you want yours really broken up and dispersed, you can always use an immersion blender if you'd like, but I like a little bit of texture, so this is good for me. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you my secret for really creamy and decadent soup if you're making a cream-based soup. A lot of people I know use heavy cream and flour and kind of make a roux, and that's how they thicken it. I use cornstarch and evaporated milk, and it makes it super creamy. You're not getting all the calories of the heavy cream, and you don't need to use the flour, which is really nice for anyone who's trying to go gluten-free. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make what's called a cornstarch slurry. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take a measuring cup with a couple of tablespoons of water, cold water. Anytime you make a slurry, you have to start with cold water, and we're going to dissolve 2 heaping tablespoons of cornstarch in our water. Now you could totally leave the cornstarch slurry out if you want and just add the milk, but I like for my soup to have a little bit of body to it. So it's not super thick, but it has body. So there's the cornstarch slurry. The cornstarch is completely dissolved in the water. And now I'm going to add that, if you can see okay, I'm going to add that to my broccoli and chicken stock. Now you have to bring it back up to a boil for it to thicken, so I'm going to raise my heat just a little bit because we want it to come back up to a boil. And that's going to take a second or so, minute or so. And this will nicely thicken up our base. And just keep an eye on it and keep stirring it, and you'll feel it start to thicken up. But we want it to bring it up to a boil so that it's at its full thickness. While that's coming up to a boil, I did want to tell you that we've had this soup in fancy restaurants before, and sometimes when we've had it that way, they put pasta of some sort in it. So sometimes when I'm getting towards the end of my broccoli being fully cooked, I'll break up some spaghetti noodles and put in here, and it's just a nice addition to your soup in the background. My husband doesn't care for it that way, but my daughter and I love it that way. So that's just another thing that you could do to jazz it up a little bit if you choose. I know Panera Bread, when in their soup, their broccoli cheese soup, it has shredded carrots in the background, so you could totally do that as well and just shred your carrots and put that in with your broccoli if you'd like to do that. Today I was just trying to show how to make a basic broccoli cheese soup. Alright, so we're back up to a boil here, and our soup has a nice body to it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add our can of evaporated milk. And then we're going to have a really nice creamy soup. And you want to let that simmer for about 5 minutes or so. Now you could totally leave it here, but we like it with the cheese in it. If you don't groove on cheese or don't want the cheese for whatever reason, you can totally leave it out. But at this point, I'm going to go ahead and add, I've shredded about a cup of cheddar cheese, and I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle that in as well. And then we're just going to bring this all up to a simmer. You don't really want to boil it at this point. But I love this trick with the cornstarch slurry and the evaporated milk. It makes a great creamy soup base without all of the calories of the flour and the heavy cream. And you can use this technique for any creamed soup you want to make. Potato soup, chowders. I use this method all the time. Alright, the other thing that we want to do at this point is we want to season it. So I'm going to give it a taste. I'm going to at least add salt and pepper. And that's pretty good. I'm going to add garlic powder because we like the taste of garlic. At this point, this is all to what you like. You could totally just do salt and pepper if you like. You can leave it as is. I use my homemade chicken stock, which already has a lot of flavor to it. And the chicken stock is also a really nice secret to making soups because any type of stock is going to add a lot of flavor to your soups as opposed to using water. And then I'm just going to add a couple of sprinkles of seasoned salt and a little bit of pepper. And just give that a stir. And I'm gonna let that simmer for a few minutes, and then I'll bring you back and show you the finished product. Okay guys, our soup is completely done. I did want to mention that you can adjust all of this to taste. You don't have to use cheddar cheese. You could use smoked Gouda. You could use mozzarella. Any kind of cheese that is a nice melting cheese you can use in this soup. So you can change it up if you want. And the seasonings, those also entirely up to you. You could add onion powder. I don't know, there's all kinds of seasonings that you could use. So you could add as few seasonings as you like, or as many as you like. It's really just to taste. But my point today was to just show you how to make it a basic cream of broccoli and cheese soup and let you decide how you want it. But I wanted to show you, hopefully you can see how nice and creamy that is. And we didn't use any heavy cream. Just the, see I have some chunks of broccoli in there. Just the cornstarch slurry and the can of evaporated milk. It's really a great way to do cream soups. And I'll give it a little taste here. It's perfect. The chicken stock is really nice in the background, gives it a nice flavor, but it doesn't taste chickeny. You can really, really taste the broccoli. And then you've got the creaminess of the cheese and the milk. It's delicious. Super simple, doesn't take very long, and I hope you'll give it a try. Thanks for spending some time with me today. I hope you'll give this recipe a try. If you enjoyed coming along with me today, give me a thumbs up. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I have some more fun recipes and all kinds of things coming up. So we're gonna do some fun things for fall and really enjoy the changing of the seasons and changing up our food, switching from the light foods of summer and the grilled foods of summer to the comfort foods of fall and winter. So I hope you give this a try, and thanks so much for spending time with me today. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.